interrupting this regularly scheduled program for some breaking news.
We have breaking news.
Is it true?
You want answers!
I want the truth!
There is hope.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Has Matt been found? After months of searching, people in the air and on the ground, failure after failure.
You have failed me for the last time.
Sightings after sightings, but to no avail. We finally had to do it. We had to call the big guns in.
Those are some big guns.
The Godfather himself, the Day Father. He apparently gave Matt an offer he couldn't refuse. So tonight, Matt live, along with the Dave. Time to celebrate. It's time to start pre-game party. Let's go!
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Woo! Back again. That's right. Look, I'm never going nowhere, so don't try me. It's a celebration and everyone should invite me.
Excuse me. Can I have the attention of the class?
Don't slip up or get cut. Why not, man? I'm coming for that #1 spot.
My name is what? My name is. My name is.
I'm coming for that #1 spot. I'm coming for that #1 spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did that get us ready? Did that get you ready?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Did that make you want to get ready pre-party for this Matt reunion? You know, Matt showing again for the first time in months.
Heck yes. I was all dancing backstage and stuff.
I know. I was dancing and having a good time, ready to go. So hopefully I'll get everybody else pumped up too. I'm ready to go, but got to start off with the drink, right? Old-fashioned way. So I'm going to start off with the simple old-fashioned like I did last time, trying to make my life a little bit easier today, you know. Lots going on. Have a lot of things to do today, a lot of things to do tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun, busy weekend, but what better way to start off a weekend than with Matt coming on tonight. So before we leave, I will leave a link to all his stuff so that we can, you know, from here head over to his live. But what are you drinking tonight?
So I'm actually working on a bottle kill here. I've got some Heaven's Door rye.
Very nice.
Not a lot left in there, so I'm gonna try to put that one down tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I didn't even introduce. So I have Troy here. He's being my co-host for the night. He was nice enough to volunteer. Unfortunately, Shane had other obligation. He forgot all about it too. It was so funny. He texted me this morning. He's like, we're gonna have to do it another time. I was like, why? What's going on? He's like, I forgot. I had some other obligations going on, but I will be watching. I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. You know, whatever. You know, family, friends first. You know, we got to do that, right? We always take care of that. So, so Troy was nice enough to jump on with me tonight, so we can have a good time, get ready. But I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to get on to see Matt's live tonight, especially with Dave.
Yeah, his first interview since he was on with us.
Yeah. So that's super nice. I'm pretty excited. So I'm just doing the old fashioned that I did last time. It's a pre-made, the Handy and Schiller. It's actually really good. I meant to bring an orange with me so I can do that little orange oil express on the top. I forgot, but you know what? I'm actually gonna behave. I'm gonna measure this out. I promised my wife that because I have to drive to Corpus tomorrow, which is about a 2.5 hour drive, that I wouldn't go overboard tonight. You know, I have to be able to get up in the morning.
Yeah, that Handy and Schiller pre-made old fashioned is probably our favorite pre-made old fashioned. That's a solid pour. It's Buffalo Trace, and it's actually barrel aged, correct?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I meant like last time I did it, I meant to talk a little bit about that, but it is Buffalo Trace and it is barrel aged, and I mean, I haven't done very many pre-made ones, but the few I have had, I haven't liked. Like they're always either too sweet or there's always
Mhm.
something about them, right? They don't seem to be very much of the whiskey forward, like that we want in our drinks. And so even the other one I had, I actually added more alcohol to it, just to make it, a little bit more alcohol forward. But yeah, no, this one's really good right out of the bottle. You can
Mhm.
add more. I even thought about doing that tonight, adding a little bit more extra Buffalo Trace to it. But as I said, I promised my wife, we have to drive tomorrow. We're going to actually, pretty lucky, going to see my grandson. He's out in Corpus, so I'm going to go see him
Mm.
tomorrow. So thank you again for joining me tonight. Cheers. So everybody, let's see who's in here. Hey, Dave's in here. Dave, shouldn't you be getting warmed up for yours, sir? Hey, Jeff, we have Gandhi in here. So what are you guys drinking? Tell us in the chat what you guys are drinking. Getting ready, getting this pre-party going, so we can see what right before we only got 2 hours, so it's going to be a quick night. So it's going to be a quick 2 hour night. So
Yeah, I recognize some names in there.
yeah, a lot of good names in there. Locktar's in here. Locktar's really new to the scene, and he's everywhere. He's another Texas person, and so it's nice to see that. Locktar, never too late, brother. That's funny. Cheers, guys. Everybody cheers. And thank you guys for just hanging out with us, pre-gaming it, getting warmed up for the big game, for like pretty much the Super Bowl of stuff. Or would it be the Super Bowl commercials?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, Matt has some big shoes to fill on Friday nights. That Whiskey Wisdom show that was on a few months back was pretty epic. So
It was.
hopefully he's up to it and he can surpass that. He's been putting a lot of effort into it. I know that. I think he rebuilt his whole studio. So
Really, I noticed like the last few times he's been on any lives, it's always been a green screen with the picture of it. So I didn't know what was going on there. So I was just kind of waiting. I figured it's going to be a surprise, right? So we just wait till the surprise happens, see what goes on.
it was all a construction zone.
Oh, wow. So let's see. What do we have on here tonight? Oh, yeah. I always like to mention my Discord. So if you guys can, please join my Discord. Oh, I forgot to give myself a Discord link, but I'll do that in a little while. I'll go find my Discord link. Normally, I try to remember to put all my links in here so I can just copy and paste them over instead of try to find them in the middle of this thing. And somehow I forgot my Discord one. And that's because I have it on all of them all the time. So, and so
Cheers,
Discord's
Rusty.
just a fun place. Discord, just a kind of a fun place to hang out, chat. We chat about everything from whiskey just to life to what you're doing, posting your food. There's even some some Discords where they post about their pets, your best friends and stuff like that. It's a fun thing. So, and I know mine, I don't have, it doesn't require you to be a Patreon thing to be on mine. So if you want, join mine, get on there. Just I'm a little bit under 100 right now. So if you guys want, join in and let's get me over 100.
All right.
And with
I just joined.
Yours is a Patreon one, right? Is that correct?
So we have a Patreon and a Discord, and I'm not real tech savvy here. I just clicked the link to join your Discord and y'all went away. So I'm trying to find my way back.
And it happens all the time to me. My tech savviness is minimal. So completely understand where you're coming from with that. I did.
All right.
Put the
I got you
Discord-
back.
There you go. There you go. So I did put the Discord back in there in the chat. So if anybody would like to join it, go click on it, join it. Well, it's a fun time. The other one I recommend is Major Zeros. His is just growing leaps and bounds and going crazy. The crazy thing with his though is if you leave your notifications on, that thing goes 24/7.
I was
My
just
wife,
going to
sometimes
recommend. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
just going to recommend turn notifications off if you join Major Zero.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's active anytime you get on there. I mean, you can get on at 5 in the morning and there's people on it. You can get on there late at night, which I'm not a late night person, but there's people on it. So, and one night it just kept going and going. So my daughter fixed my phone for me so that my notifications stop at like 10 o'clock, and then they don't start again until 7 in the morning. So I at least have that time where my phone's not going off like crazy from that stuff. So
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, and I'm fairly old. My parents got their first TV with the remote control, and my dad couldn't figure it out, and I thought he was just the oldest most ignorant person in the world because he kept, hey, come fix this remote for me, and now that's me. I
Well,
can't figure this technology out.
in your defense, though, if you're talking about remotes still, I mean, these remotes nowadays are crazy. You know, how many buttons they have on them. And I mean, I use like 5 buttons off a remote. I don't use all of them. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Star
Laura's putting
Wars
groceries
channel.
away here, so it's kind of loud. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, we all need to eat. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to talk a few announcements. One of them's with you as well. So my next live is possibly May 3rd, which is the Friday before May 4th, which is your live. Um, I'm that's my plan right now. My wife was talking to me about because we haven't set all our my life is scheduled. I don't know if I've said that before. Like my life is scheduled, right? Between my wife and my office manager, I don't really get to choose when I get to do things. So when I have a free time, I have to go put it on my schedule. If not, they'll put something on it. And so I don't have the next few months exactly scheduled, but that was my next one that I was planning to do because I know I'm going to be here Saturday for yours. However, we might end up having to go up to San Antonio that day, run up there and run back. So we'll see. Is my daughter graduates in May, and she doesn't have graduation pictures yet. So, and it was so funny. I talked to my wife yesterday and I said, "Hey, is Deanna going to be doing her graduation pictures?" And she was like, "Oh, I don't know. She hasn't mentioned anything about it." And that same day, like an hour later, my daughter calls and says, "Hey, are we doing graduation pictures?" So it's funny how you put that into the universe and it all comes back, you know? So,
Yeah.
so the next announcement is May 4th. Now that's going to be epic. We're doing that together. I'll let you talk about that one since it's yours.
Yeah. So May the 4th. If you've been living under a rock, they've turned it kind of into a Star Wars day. May the 4th be with you. We are going to celebrate that with a live stream, and we've invited Doc and Carlos from Whiskey Corner to come on and celebrate with us. We've got some great stuff planned. There's going to be trivia games. There's going to be giveaways, prizes, just a few segments that we're going to let be a surprise. But it's going to be a great night, and we hope to see all of you there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like you're saying, there's a lot of surprises because we have a chat going between all of us and coming up with ideas and stuff. And this chat's been going on for a little bit over a month, so a lot of fun little things we're going back and forth there with. And sometimes we throw something in as a joke, but hey, we're thinking this is actually going to work, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like the communication we have and all the little things that we have that we're thinking about doing. So hopefully it all comes to fruition and we're able to do all of them, or at least most of them. Make it a lot of fun.
Sure. I think it's going to be a great, entertaining evening for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm actually been working on some cocktails. So I have to do the cocktail for that one, right? I'm probably gonna I'm thinking I'm gonna do 2 because we've talked about, do a light side and a dark side kind of cocktail, but my stuff's old fashioned, so I'm not gonna kind of do anything outside the old fashioned. I thought about that. I thought, well, maybe this is the time that we look at some cocktails that are not old fashions, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't. So but I'm working on those, but I'm also having to work on a few cocktails because every May I always put out a few Star Wars cocktails as well.
Okay.
So I'm working on that. So I think I'm not here next week, and I think I'm gonna actually have to figure it out, film everything this Sunday for that one, so I can have it on time. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be working on tomorrow a little bit, trying to get all that set up, get all the ingredients I need and all that. So somehow managed to get to Corpus, get back tomorrow night, get everything set up so I can film Sunday, so I can have those ready to go. So that's how far in advance I have to plan my stuff sometimes just to make sure I have it on time.
Yeah, you're going to have to go back to work so you can get some rest.
100%.
I mean, that's how it works for me. I work harder on my days off than I do on my work days.
Well, I work hard on my work days, but I have fun work on my days off. So I mean, it's all work. Just depends how we look at it and what we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that is May 4th, and that's on a Saturday. And the cool thing about that, this is one of the years where you actually have the Kentucky Derby on the same day.
Same day.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned something, but maybe starting off with the Kentucky something. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see what goes on that day. Now, the next announcement I have is June. I don't have a date. I haven't set dates for June yet. But this one's I usually do my lives on Fridays, but with I'm gonna do a group bigger than Texas live, and there's gonna be a few of us Texas people together. It's gonna be RJ the Fed, Drizzle, Whiskey Salmon, Locktar, and possible Whiskey Panda. He's thinking about if we set a date that works for him, he might join us as well. So we're gonna do a big Texas live, talk about Texas whiskeys and do all that fun stuff. Sometime in June is what we're talking. We just have not set the date down, but it'll probably be on a Monday because of their schedules, the way they work, and they work on weekends, so they're not. It wouldn't work doing it on a Friday like I'm used to. But that is, something pretty exciting, and just kind of talk a little bit more about Texas whiskey. So pretty excited about that. Hold on, I need to figure out what I'm drinking next. I really want to. We're limited on time today, so I want to make sure we get some races in and some giveaways going. So I have 3 bottles that I'm looking at possibly doing well. I have 3 somewhere. I have 2 here right now. So I want to start off with this one, Old Man Winter.
I recognize that wax dip. That's supposedly a great bottle. I've not had the pleasure myself.
I've never had it either. I just got this my last haul. It was nice enough that I was able to get it. Actually, my mom got it for me. It's funny because my mom doesn't drink at all, but I have her go to liquor stores because she lives up in Houston. So I have her go to liquor stores for me to go hunt things for me all the time because it's so much more drops up there than down here, right? So I think it's so funny. I've taught my mom to go and take pictures of stuff for me, send them to me, and then I'll let her know if I need anything from them. Or if I'm ever looking for something, I send her pictures and then she'll go ask them. So I've taught my mom how to hunt. She could make hunting videos.
Just have her film some shelves and give you the footage. You can put them together for her.
Oh, man. So it's just so funny because, she's not a drinker, so the fact that I have her doing that makes me laugh. All right, let's see if I can get this popped open here.
So I read an interesting stat about McAllen, Texas.
Okay. Love to hear it.
It is actually America's most obese city.
I believe it. I know Houston was that for a while, and then this one became it. I want to say it was a few years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, that it became. I read that too, and it's funny. When I lived in Houston, it was the most obese, and I'm back down here, and so I don't know if I'm swaying that population part there. Am I making it the obesity that it is today?
You don't look like you're obese, Doc. So
this wax is crazy up here. Let's see, because I don't know if I can. Let me see. Let me pour some out, and then I'll show it to the camera. But the way this is, so let's see. Can you see that there's a ring inside the middle, and then there's wax outside? But I think there's glass there too. So there's kind of a weird. It's kind of weird the way it pours out. So it's a thick ring on the top that it has. But all right, so my first pour for the night. Cheers. And let's do let's get going so we can do a race with this. Let me see. Old Man Winter. What do you want the hashtag to be for this one?
How about hashtag old man?
That sounds like a plan. So hashtag old man, put that in the comments, and so we can get our first race going. There's not going to be a lot of races tonight, a lot of drinking tonight. I'm gonna try to keep it pretty slow, but I'll leave this up here so you guys know what we're racing for. I remember
we actually have a Matt sighting in the chat there. Did you see that?
No. Is Matt in the chat?
I think he was the first old man.
Nice. Let's see. Oh, there he is. They put him up there. Yep. And I also have look at Joanna's in here. So that I call her Hercules. She works at my office. Look, my daughter's in here, Deanna Spear. Yeah. So Herc. Funny story with her. The reason that we call her Hercules early on. So she was a student with us before she became an employee, and every week I have to go to Sam's and get supplies and bring them into the office, right? So I always have to bring waters into the office. We have a filtered water in there, but we also bring bottled water in for patients. And as we're doing this, I always get 4 to 6 of them depending on the week. And as we're doing this, all the guys are helping me carry things out. We're carrying the bags and the boxes and boxes of paper and everything. and we're all doing, the waters one by one. Then here comes Hercules carrying two of them down at a time, the female in the office making us look bad. And so I started calling her Hercules, and she liked it, so it kind of stuck. So cheers to you, Hercules. Now you know why we call her Herc in the office. Too funny. So as we're getting ready for that duck race, let me see. I'm gonna go over my next announcement. So, July. So looking as far ahead as July, I'm thinking about doing a cocktail live. Kind of doing a whiskey cocktail live. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you guys like to see that? I know you guys said you guys would join me on that one. You had mentioned that if I did that one, you would. I'm looking at getting maybe 3 or 4, and we go through a few cocktails. Maybe I was thinking just keep them whiskey cocktails. Doesn't have to necessarily be bourbon or rye. We can do Irish or Scotch, or something. We can do something different, but that way we can see try different things and just try some cocktails.
Yeah, I really like the idea of it. If you keep your ingredient list relatively short and reuse some of the same ingredients over multiple cocktails, we could mix them right with you and taste them live with you. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, and what be kind of interesting that you said that, that's kind of I like when we kind of talk about it and see what everybody else thinks. But I think what would be kind of cool on that would be maybe we all make our list already way before, and then we post that, so anybody that wants to make any of the cocktails with us can have the ingredients already on hand.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah, so I like that you thought of something like that. That would make it that just makes sense. That way anybody that wants to join and anybody that wants to have a drink with us, they don't have to worry if they have it, do they not. They have an ingredient list. They can try the ones they want and not do the ones they don't want.
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. So whenever we get a date set for that, we'll go back and do that. So, oh, this actually smells really good. I've never had it, but I always hear really good things about it. Oh. So what is this? What's in this bottle? Let me see. Bourbon from Black Hills. Let me see. Is there an age statement on this?
So that's the same distillery that does Rare Perfection and the Very Old Saint Nick and all that, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So it just says it doesn't have an age statement on here. It just says bottled by Old Man Winter Distilling Company, 109.8 proof, Bardstown, Kentucky. But interesting, no age statement on it. Well, let's go in for the drink. Smells good. So what is everybody else still drinking? Anybody else have anything new?
Yeah, so I think Major Zero actually went to that distillery and filmed there and had a pretty good time. He says their products are all very good. We don't have any of those around us, so I have to live vicariously through you guys when you get that cool stuff.
Yeah, I know he did go. Shane had been there like 2 days before him.
Oh,
And so
okay.
when he found out that he was out there, he called him and told him, "Hey, go here." And then he called the owner, I believe, to let him know that Major Zero was going to go. And I think that so they showed him a good time with that. I mean, he's such a good person, such a good talker. He would have gotten to that point anyways. It just made it happen a little bit faster,
Yeah, Adam, you don't have to call me an old man. It's fine.
So Hercules, man, it's fun seeing all these names in the chats. I was like, hey, why is it not moving? Well, you know how sometimes you scroll up in the chat, it doesn't keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go back down to the bottom. Just had some Crown Blackberry. Interesting. I have a bottle of that, and it is very, very blackberry-ish. It's very sweet. I think you can make a pretty good sweet old fashioned out of it. I think it's only like 90 proof. But something like for my daughter Deanna, who doesn't drink, she probably would enjoy an old fashioned made out of it because it's very, very sweet.
Yeah, I've heard that it's pretty solid, and give it a year, it'll be on the shelf everywhere. I remember when the Crown Peach was getting the same treatment that the Blackberry's getting now. I mean, it was on allocation in places, and now it's everywhere. So
Yeah, I don't know. Have you heard of? Here we call it Bucanas, right? But I think everywhere else they call it Buchanan's.
mm-hmm.
And they have that pineapple one. I mean, when that came out, it sold out immediately, and then was so hard to get after that. So I know it's everywhere now, but I know that was something that they didn't think was going to actually be a big hit, and
Mhm.
it sold out pretty quickly. So that was one of those ones. I don't know if you ever tried that one.
I've not tried it. I've seen it around though, and I've heard good things. I've just not. I'm not a big like sweet drink kind of guy. You know, whiskey, rye, bourbon, that sort of thing. Old fashioned.
Yeah, old fashioned. I mean, I like old fashions. I don't know if you know that about me. I like an old fashioned or two. So, all right,
Yeah,
we
you
have.
should make a channel.
I think I might. I mean, maybe I just do something with old fashions. I think that's a good idea.
Great
So,
idea.
our first race is on here. Ooh, it looks kind of small to me, but there we go. All right. Ooh, we got what is that? Spiders going on there?
Look at that. That's creepy.
Mm, Oh, so I have right while this is going right now, I have a spider story to tell you. Last night, as we're getting, I'm trying to finish up doing my stuff that I needed to get done for today to get ready for today, which didn't happen. I was having some difficulty when I was trying to make that timer. I was actually having a lot of difficulty starting it, and then when I finally got to that point, it was already I was too tired to even work on it last night. But as we're getting up to go to bed, my wife says there is a huge spider here. Like she's trying to stay calm, but you could tell she's starting to panic a little bit, right? So I get up and it's right behind me where I'm sitting. And I turn the corner and there's actually a huge wolf spider there. And this wolf spider is bigger than a quarter. I mean, it is huge. When I looked at it though, the crazy thing about it was that it had all those babies on its butt.
Oh no.
Like, where it has hundreds and hundreds of little spiders on it. And luckily I saw that because if I would have stepped on that, what would happen? You have baby spiders go everywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And my wife was like, what do we do? I was like, well, hopefully we have some Raid or something. And luckily we had a can with like this much Raid in it, like almost nothing left in it. So I get that and I go close to it. And as soon as I get close to it, it starts moving on me, right? Now it saw me looking at it. Well, this is how dramatic it is. I mean, it is so dramatic to me. My wife gets on the coffee table and standing there. She's like, I don't know where to go. And she's starting to, I'm like, you were closer to it, showing it to me, and now you're panicking. I spray it and it starts taking off, right? And all the babies you just see falling off, like a whole trail of just babies dying. And it stops and turns and looks at me and I spray it again. Now, if you know me, I don't like to kill anything. I don't. I prefer not to. And as that's going on, what's going on with this? It's going slow there. Um, as it turns to look at me, I could tell it's looking at me like, why did you do this to me? I started feeling super bad that I just killed the mother and hundreds of babies, right? And it turns and it just kind of gives it that last like look at me and then just shrivels up and dies.
Oh no.
I'm feeling miserable. So hold on, here we got 10 seconds left, or I think we got 10 seconds. 8, 6, 5. Well, I don't know what's going on with it. Why we have such a slow connection on this one today. Let's see who's the winner chicken dinner here. Let's see. Oh, I need a paper and pen. Yeah. Who won? Josh Hall's the winner.
Look at that. Congrats, Josh.
And I didn't even pour this out. I was too busy doing other stuff. Hold on, let me get the pen and paper out so I can write this down. So don't get rid of it yet. But congratulations, Josh Hall. Woo-hoo. All right, and this is for Old Man Winter. Hall. Old Man Winter. So I'm gonna give you a 2-ounce pour of that Old Man Winter, and we'll send it your way. I'm gonna put a connection here. So it worked really well last time. So I made this form to fill out, and it works really well to fill it out and then send me your information. So I have all the information together. So I like that. So in the chat here, congratulations again. I'm going to put a link right here. And so on that link, Josh Hall, just fill out that form. And hold on, let me take this off so you see us bigger. Fill out that form for me, and that way I know what you won and how I get it to you. So congratulations again. So just use that link, fill out that form, and we'll get that to you. I need to pour that out in a second here. So back to the spider, right? It turns to me and looks at me, and it does this little last like lift up its legs and then kind of shrivels up and dies. I feel terrible. I feel terrible. I'm sitting there on the floor. My wife's bringing me some napkins and stuff so I can clean up this mess. And she looks at me and she says, "Stop looking so sad. You had to kill it." I was like, but I felt so bad, you know? And so the funny thing about it was, I told her I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi when they blow up the when Death Star blows up Alderaan, and he feels all the death happen at one time. I felt like I felt all those deaths of all those tiny spiders just die at one time and felt their pain. So that was my story with with the spider, but it was huge. It was really really big. I actually filmed it before I actually had to kill it, but I'm so sad. I still feel bad, like even now talking about it, that I took so many lives at one time.
So you've got video of this?
I got video of the spider before I got to spray it. I tried to get my wife to video while I was going to spray it, but she refused to be next to me when it went off. She didn't know
Oh,
which way that thing was
gotcha.
going to run. So.
She's smart.
Yeah, she is. So let me go ahead and get this bottle ready that I didn't get ready while we're doing all that. So let's see what's our next thing we have here. So we talked about July. Now something that's really in the early works. There's something that we're really working on, and it's still very early. We're just trying to get kind of information together and decide where we're going to go with this. But we're trying to work on doing our first barrel pick. Have you done a barrel pick yet?
We've not done a barrel pick yet. We would like to at some point. There's not a ton of distilleries real close to us that I feel are popular enough that we would have success moving a lot of bottles.
See, and I think that's the tricky thing, right? There's two things about it. Like, one, do we have enough people that would want to buy bottles from us, right? And two,
I mean, you get the right pick, and I think that you're going to have a pretty easy time selling them. But it's all craft around us, and craft is it's, a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. There's a lot of opinions on it.
yeah, but I think also the thing with it, like, yeah, you can go with big distilleries and get those big names, but I mean, a lot of times those are going to be your pricier bottles as well. And with craft, I think you get a lot more options. And don't forget, like when you do a barrel pick, you can actually do it where they send you 4 samples, and then you pick from there. So you don't have to go to the distillery if you want to go that route as well. Yeah. But there's a few of us we're talking about it. We started a chat, kind of deciding, okay, where do we want to go? Do we want to go, bourbon or rye? Do we want to do a finished or unfinished? Do we want to, are we trying to do a higher proof? Or are we trying to, go to like 100 proof? There's just a lot of questions. And when you get a few people together to do that, it takes a little bit longer, but it's just the start of it. It's the start of the idea with a few of us to actually kind of work our way through this and learn together as we're doing this, right? Because that's the hard part. I mean, where do we start? How do we get that done? There's just so much to it. Luckily, we have Shane also helping us. So he's helping us, he has his distillery. He's bought barrels, he's bottled, he's sold. So he knows kind of how all that works. So he says, once you guys kind of have your basis and understand where you want to go, then he can actually help guide us a little bit more in the directions we want to go. And so one of the things I know we talked about, we're probably going to do a bourbon, but we're also trying to figure out, okay, what distillery do we want to start at? Do we want to start at a better known distillery? Do we want to go to one that gives us a little bit more options? And sometimes it's the smaller distilleries that will want to work with you more because, we're small, we're not anything big. So sometimes, they might be more willing to work with us, even though we're not some big channel and stuff like that.
Yeah. So complete like side note here, Bourbon Hunter in the chat is looking for pregame pour recommendations. You should totally go with Jefferson Tropics. and if you don't have it, you will soon, buddy. I got you hooked up.
So Jefferson Tropics, is that one of the Jefferson's ocean things?
I'm sorry, say that again, Doc.
The Jefferson, is that one of the Jeffersons, like the ones on the boat kind of thing?
Yeah, it's actually Laura's going to join us here, so I'm sliding over, and then I'm going to switch to earphone from the headphones. But Jefferson Tropics was aged in humidity in Singapore, and
cool.
We got it thinking it was a total gimmick. We were going to make a video and just totally slam on this thing, and it turned out it was really good. So
people in the comments saying it's a great pour,
Oh, I guess we're switching over. As soon as you pulled that out, I stopped hearing.
Okay. Now we can hear. Now we can both.
Too
hear.
funny. What other?
Hey,
What
Laura.
other? What else?
Welcome to the show.
Hey, Laura, how's it going? Thanks for joining us tonight.
It's good.
You helped improve the looks of the show dramatically in just a few seconds. Let me see. I'll put that over here for now. So, what are you drinking tonight?
I was drinking a pick. It was a Obtanium 10-year Burr Rye, actually, at 101 proof or something. Really good. And now I'm got some sparkling cherry water.
Hey, we all need to hydrate. I'm going to try to hydrate between. I need to remember to hydrate between each of my drinks tonight, since I have to get up tomorrow. But I love Burr Ryes. I discovered Burr Ryes about 3 years ago, and the funny thing was, I thought I was doing something like funny and interesting. So I went to New Riff Distillery. I bought one of their ryes. I bought one of their bourbons. So when I came back, I said, "Hey, I'm going to make a drink and mix the two together," right? Not knowing that there were really Burr Ryes out there. And so I was like, "Oh, what am I going to do?" And start doing that. And then when I started doing research, I was like, "There's actually Burr Ryes," right? So I thought that was pretty funny. But then after that, the Burr Ryes, I started tasting Burr Ryes, and they're amazing. I wish there was more of them. So
I do
I
too.
really do.
Yeah.
And I actually bought I have 5 different bottles that are Burr Ryes, and I always meant to do a blind with them, and I kind of forgot about that. So I need to go back and look at that. But also the year after that is when who was it? They did their Burr Rye. Who is it? Master's Keep. Wild Turkey did their Master's Keep Burr Rye. It came out that year afterwards.
Yeah. Unforgiven.
Unforgotten.
Yeah. Unforgotten. Yeah. Well, Unforgivens Forgiven's the first one, right? And then Unforgotten's the new that when they came out again.
Yeah.
And I said that has to be one I have to get because I just fell in love with Burr Ryes. So, did you ever hear the story of why the Burr, how it happened? Like the whole Forgiven part of it, like why that?
Oh yeah. They thought they had an empty tote or whatever, and they ended up mixing them together or something on accident.
Yeah, and then she had to tell the master distiller that she did that accident, and then besides they thought about throwing it on. They said, "Well, why don't we try something? Why don't we try it first?" And he actually liked it, and so that's why they named it Forgiven. So,
there you go.
And then when it came out as the master part of it, they that's why they said Unforgotten, because it's been a while since they had put anything out, so they haven't forgotten about it. So pretty cool. I really like that story. I thought it was really cool. So I do have 3. I have 2 of the remakes of the Forgiven, and then the Unforgotten. I do have that one too.
Yeah, sometimes mistakes are a good thing.
Yeah, there's I forgot. There's a way to say it. There's something mistakes. There's a fun way of saying pretty much a mistake that came out really good. There's a wording for it. I just can't think of it right now. So anybody in the comments, if you can, the word I'm looking for, let me know. I have to say shout out to Benita Razzo. That's my wife's best friend, and also the mother of my godchildren. And if I don't, I get yelled at. So hi Benita, how are you doing? We also got Major Zero on the chat here, and my daughter Deanna. So a lot of Bourbon Syndicate, a lot of people here. It's nice.
Yeah, I've been seeing all the cool kids showing up.
All the cool kids. That's too funny. Let me see, what else do we have on here? So we just talked about a barrel pick that we're thinking about doing. So that's still way in the future, but it's in the thoughts and in the process of at least trying to get that going. So hopefully before the end of this year, that's something that we'll be able to do. Now let's see what's next. Earlier this week and part of last week, I actually started reaching out to a few people to see if I can have I like to try having people on my show with me. I think it's just more fun when you have somebody you can talk to and interact with, and then they help us interact with the people on the chat, and it's just a good time like that, right? And so I reached out to somebody that I don't know if you've heard of the Latin Sip. So it's a group. I believe they're out of Florida, if I remember correctly. But there's 3 of them. They do really good reviews. They get really nice bottles too. They get a lot of good bottles. And so I reached out to them, and they're wanting to do one with me. So we just discussed that. I just got an email back from them. So it's one that we have to, once again, I have to schedule my next few months and figure out when I'm going to be on again. and see when I can get them on with me so we can do something together. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, we've been watching their stuff for a couple months. We like them a lot.
Yeah, they're so much fun, and I like the energy they have. And I don't, do you ever watch their shorts? Their shorts have a lot of energy in them, like a lot of good energy.
They're like great editors too. They put out some quality stuff.
Yeah, and I told them, like, we need to do something with some Latin flair, and they're like, oh, we can bring Latin flair. So so who knows? Part of it might be in English, part of it might be in Spanish. We'll need maybe some subtitles from us, because if you start drinking and getting a little too crazy, you might start just throwing out some of those Spanish words out there. But we'll see what happens. I don't have a date for that yet, but I'm pretty excited. So do you guys have any guests coming up soon?
Yeah, actually, tomorrow night we've got Mark from Northwest Bourbon on with us, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, nice.
The following week, Saturday, 27th, I believe, we've got Trev from Bourbon Ranch.
What was that? I didn't hear you. You cut out a second on my end.
The 27th, we've got Trev from Bourbon Ranch.
Oh, cool. I don't know if I follow Bourbon Ranch. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, he's
That's a name I don't recognize.
He's an OG in the Whiskey Tube universe. On May the 4th, we've got a couple really small channels coming on with us, but we like to help promote the nobodies. Just kidding. We've got a great show on May the 4th. We already talked about that one with Doc and Carlos. May the 11th, we're tentatively scheduled to do a trash pallet challenge couples style with Laura and I taking on Matt and Nicole from Whiskey Wisdom. He has to run that by his wife first. He has to run it by his wife first and get the approval. But
now that you announced it, it's got to happen.
It's
you
written
put it in the calendar.
It's written in pencil, so I can erase if I have to. And then the 18th, we've got the bourbon note. So yeah, I like to plan several weeks out in advance, just because that's what I do. I'm a planner.
Yeah, I got that from my wife. My wife got me to be more of a planner. Growing up, I was more like, oh yeah, we can do that. And if it changes, it changes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I was okay with that. But now my life is so scheduled that almost all of my stuff is always just scheduled for me. So, but we haven't put on the calendar the next few months because we were so busy trying to get through these few months of everything that we had going on. So I really need to sit down and put that out there. Yeah, but it's out in the universe now. So definitely.
Yeah,
it's not the Three Amigos style.
I'm more like how you were, where I don't really like to plan far in advance. I'm like, we'll figure it out when we get there. Or it's like, no, we gotta find people, we gotta schedule it. Like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and then and stuff happens, right? It just happens. So so I've always been pretty good at adapting, but I think it's because I was with the mentality before. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We just we go with the flow. But now most of my life is scheduled, and I can still adapt pretty well. And sometimes that's helpful, with my wife, because she's used to being very scheduled, and so it does help. So sometimes me being like, well, we can just look at it this way and do it this way. She's like, oh, okay, so she's kind of learned to be a little bit more fluid in those areas as well. So it's not a bad thing to be both, and I think that's when that's why you meet your significant other, because they help balance you out, right? They help bring out the good qualities in you and balance out your not so great qualities in you, So
she makes me cool.
Okay.
All right, I need to do another drink. So the next one I have is actually this one. It's with the Rye 3, but it's a cigar series.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
There we go. Now it's clear. There it is. It's just you have to cover your face. The thing wants to always see your face more than anything else you put in front of it. So this one is actually a pick from the New Braunfels Bourbon Group. They do a lot of cool picks. I really like a lot of the stuff they're doing, and they normally say they do like 3 or 4 a year, but they're knocking some out this year. They just, as you grow and as you get to know more people, you get more opportunities, right? And so they just have been having opportunity after opportunity. But it's cool. Everything they have is like, yes, I do want that. Yes, I do want that. There's like almost nothing that you don't want. And they even have some crazy stuff coming out. So I'm looking forward to some of the stuff they have coming out. And it's just fun. I mean, I'm really happy to be a part of that group. just be part of them and that I'm able to get stuff from them. So let's do this. So since it's Matt's night and Dave's night, let's start with this one. Let's do Dave, right? So let's put in the hashtag for anybody to want to win a 2-ounce pour of the rye cigar series. In the hashtag, let's put hashtag Dave Father.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, here I am trying to pour
I didn't
in the
even
same
know
glass.
they did pics of that. I think it's interesting because it's finished. What is it? 3 different finishes? How do you do a pick of something that's that big of a blend?
Yeah, this is Moderna, rum, and Naranja cask. Yeah. Triple cask finish, French oak staves, Naranja, rum, and Madeira, rum, and Naranja cask. So sounds very interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but well, here we go. Get a little pour of this going.
I'm kind of scared to see what's going to be the race this time. The spiders were creepy.
They were.
They were. Matt gets to choose what he wants. So we'll see what he does. I should say Iceman. When we say Matt, a lot of people think it's Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, but Iceman is the one that's doing it for us in the background. I always appreciate his help. He wasn't here on my last live because he was traveling through Texas and having a good time in Texas, and I was trying to type and do everything at the same time, and my fat fingers don't type very well. I kept hitting more than one key. I know there's some people thought I was leaving them out. I wasn't trying to leave anybody out, just trying to type as fast as I could. But it is what it is, right? We try our best.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
I think it's hard being being your only person on the screen. It's hard to talk and type and read comments all at the same time.
It is.
I appreciate having Troy.
I know that's why I think like your guys is when you guys have your lives are so much fun because it's always you two and there's always some one's handling one thing, one's talking, and it keeps the flow going very well. So I do like that. I mean, I think you guys do a great job of that. I always enjoy your lives. I try to get on them as much as I can. A lot of times I'm just listening to them because we're doing something, but at least I'm listening and trying to get on there and chat when I can.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So it's fun. It's fun to see what you guys do and how you do it. I actually I know later on, Laura, I need to ask you a question because he said that you forgot how to do like quizzes without having to do that other program. So we'll have to talk about that off screen sometime.
I have to test it. I haven't tried it yet. I just read that it's possible and how to do it. So we will see.
We're going to test it soon.
Well, that's good because I've looked and I've not seen any really easy way to do that. Like the only easy way, like if you're using what's that program that Matt uses in the back that he uses to do his lives?
Zoom, or do you mean Stream?
No, he's got
Stream Labs?
It's something running in the background with Zoom.
Yeah, it's that,
and he's in the chat. Matt, what is it that you use?
Yeah, because that one it has a lot more options. Like if you like what game it's what the gamers use.
Well, this is Streamlabs that we're on now.
Yeah, we're on Streamlabs, but Streamlabs actually has that. I forget what it's called right now. It's like OF something, or I can't remember what it's called. But if you use that, it actually has so many more options. It's crazy that what you can do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were live last night, Matt and I, testing his setup, making sure it's all dialed, and he shared his screen with me a couple times, and there's like equalizers and mixers, and it's OBS. He just commented
OBS
there.
and use something, yeah. So that OBS, if you can set it up right and use it, there's so much more options to it. Like they have everything for it because there's people out there writing code for it that you just drag it in and once you know how to use it, right? I'm just not technically savvy enough to use that thing, but I pay for it when I pay for all this. I do pay for it, but I just don't know how. I just don't use it. All right, let me see. I think Iceman has it set up for us to run this next one. Let's see what scary thing he has going this time. Oh, we're just doing simple little ducks.
I like the ducks.
All right, let's get that going.
No leg.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I like the little Dr. Duck down there.
Dr. Duck. So have you guys had any really good pours lately? Something that we should be trying?
So yeah, I mean our Monday video last week, or was it this week? I don't remember. We did the High and Wicked, the jury. And honestly, we weren't sure if that bottle was going to be like a gimmick or if it was going to be like legit good, because High and Wicked, who's that, right? They source this whiskey, like the label shows probably more transparency than you ever want. It talks about like what kind of still they used and their mash bills and sourcing information and barrel entry proofs and just all this ton of information, but it was sourced from Tennessee. And I'm like, well, it's finished in Madeira, which is one of my favorite finishes. Let's give it a try. And Laura got it for me for my birthday. We got it home and we tried it, and it turns out it's like a really legit good pour. 15 years, Tennessee sourced whiskey finished in Madeira, and it's very, very good.
I mean, that is a good finish, and then it's 15 years. I mean, that's also, just adds on to if something that's already a good bourbon, just adding extra flavor to it. So
yeah, and if it is Dickel, I did not get any of the Flintstone vitamin notes on it, and I was looking for it because I was very skeptical of this product.
That's interesting. Here we are down to the last 20. Oh, here we go. 22 seconds. 22 is my number, so I got to shout out the 22 there.
What's Mark Gale's?
Let's see.
He's got a unique duck there.
Who does?
It's a Dracula duck. He's got the cape and the fang.
Hey, Baker Drinks, you're still there in the lead. Oh, he falls off. I think there's too much sunlight up there that he had to fall off a little bit.
Here comes Jeff Castle
coming from behind.
The strawberry.
Jeff Castle. Awesome. So you know what? Yeah, let's see. Jeff Castle. I always like to see who's the last place today. Last time we were doing it, we are doing first and last. I'm not doing that today, but that's just so much fun. Let me see who's there. Mark Gale. Mark Gale.
He went from first to last very quickly.
That is crazy.
He pulled a hammy.
That was. Yeah, well, I think the sun started coming up, and he had to go drop back with being the vampire that he was. So, but good stuff. Yeah, I like the old duck scene. That's always nice. Congrats, Jeff. Yeah, congrats to you. Let me put that link in there so that you can actually get a hold of me so we can get this out to you. I remember I need to get stickers. I like your stickers. I need to steal that from you and use it for me because I like that. I just don't. The thing is, I don't have a logo yet. I'm working on that. I don't have like a saying yet, so I'm working on that. So I don't know what to make a sticker out of yet, but I really like your stickers. They're always so much fun.
All the time. Our logo has changed like 6 times. It's always changing because we don't.
It started with clip art, and then I saw a few other channels had a very similar logo, so I made it a little fancier, and then eventually we just did an AI generated image that was like. It was basically our previous logo, but it was AI generated. So it's one of a kind. It's unique to us. No one else has it. And that's what we've been running with for a few months now.
So you made the AI generation of that? Like you got on there and kind of played with it and did that?
Yeah. So like the Bing AI image generator, you just type in what you want and it makes it.
Oh gosh, I gotta find some of the bad ones it made.
And then it makes some bad ones too. So you definitely don't settle on the first one or several. Oh yeah, see if you can see this.
Oh,
hold on, let me make you big.
My face.
There you go.
Do you see a bug in there?
There's like an alien bug.
That's awesome. So if that was mezcal, that'd be perfect. You could say that was the mezcal worm,
Yep, that's just they just randomly put that in there.
Alien bug in the middle of that drink. So there's the form that he puts in there.
Let me see. No, it didn't let me do it. I was trying to see if I could let me see. What did it do? I was trying to show you. So I was working on one, right? and I've been working on it. I was working on it for a while. I was working on it real hard, and I was pretty excited because I thought I have something that I can work with and kind of do fix up details and do that from there. And then I showed it to my wife, and she shot it down immediately. She said no, she
Oh
doesn't like it at
no.
all. So I'm trying to see if I can bring it up. Let me see. Let me see if it lets me do it over here. Let me see. No, it won't. It won't. It won't open for me on. And I don't know how to share it off the screen like that because I don't think you could. I think you can only share. I'll have to figure this out sometime. But it's funny because I'm old-fashioned ways, and I'm always talking about the rabbit hole. So it's like a rabbit, right?
Okay.
And so you have to see it's a rabbit and he has a Darth Vader bodysuit on, and he's holding out a glass, an old-fashioned glass, and it just has old-fashioned ways across the top. And I liked it. I mean, part of it's AI generated. I worked with it. I did all these little details to keep adding to it, and I was thinking it was pretty cool. And my wife said no. So back to the drawing board. That was my idea in my head for such a long time. I have to go back and she wants me to do, I think, something kind of like simple like this, where you're just using just the lettering like old fashioned way. So just like the lettering for that. But yeah, that's cool for certain things, like maybe this, right? But that's not. But for my logo that I have in the side there, that's just an old fashioned glass right now. It could be much cooler. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that sounds fun. If nothing else, it'd make a really awesome sticker.
Yeah. I mean, don't ever throw an idea away. I mean, I'm constantly toying with images, stickers, and stuff like that. I can show you one that I've been working on here lately.
Gosh.
See if you can't see that.
And let me make your screen big for you. I like it. Dumpster pallet. Too funny. I like
Just for
that.
Matt.
Just for Matt. Now we have 1 hour till Matt goes live. I'm seeing 1 hour left. I wish we could play music in the background so we could just have some music jumping so we can, make this more of a party. But unfortunately, you put music and then what do they monetize you or they kick you off or whatever.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
gotta
funny.
have
I mean, I'm not
their
monetized yet.
music.
Does that count? Huh?
You have to have their music. I think you can. There's I don't know, some way to play their own
StreamYard if I
stuff.
can do that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me see. What else do we have? I still have more stuff to talk about, but let's see.
Oh gosh, remember that
Okay.
we did a live stream where we played polka music the whole time.
Oh yeah, our Oktoberfest live stream last year. We just
That would
had
be fun though.
polka in the background. We drank German beers. We were in full costume. I had my lederhosen on. Laura had a dirndl.
It was
Really?
tough to listen to in my ear for 2 hours, but it was the best I could
Yeah,
find.
I was thinking about I pay for one of those things where you can download music and download videos and background and all that fun stuff. I thought, well, maybe I'll go find some party music on there, but it took me the intro took me a lot longer than expected. And so I didn't get to do that because by the time I was finishing that up, and then I had to cut it smaller and smaller because it just wasn't big. It was too big to fit onto upload to this. And by that time, my wife was like, I want to spend a little bit of time with you before you go on live, which, 100%, it's good that my wife wants to spend time with me. So I'm not complaining about that. And so I said, okay, that's fine. So I kind of just cut it as quick as I could, upload it, and then, just spend a little bit of time with her. But the funny thing is, right when I did that, my daughter called on to my wife. So it wasn't just me and her conversation, me and her, my daughter. So it didn't get to be a one-on-one time as planned.
It was still spending time together.
Yes. And then tomorrow we're gonna be in the car for 2.5 hours one way and 2.5 hours back. So we'll have that time as well tomorrow. So
It's a
all
good
right,
amount of time
who's
in
in
the
the
car.
chat? What's everybody drinking right now? Let us know. What have you started drinking anything different or anything else or any recommendations that you have? Because I only had those 2 bottles. I thought I had more, but those were like the only 2 bottles that I got out to drink. Even though I have a lot of bottles next to me, which I'm going to talk about in a second here. But this is the bottle I'm giving away tonight.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a
Yeah,
delicious.
you guys did a review on it and made me immediately go freaking trying to find this thing. It wasn't in my area until 2 days ago. It dropped, and I went and found it in a few different places. So I got extra bottles so I could do a giveaway with it tonight. Man, you guys made me drool with this one, and the fact that Laura said you could get a backup with all the bottles you have, she backup approved you. What does that say?
That's right.
You know, that
That's
tells you that
I mean-
tells you that it's a good bottle. So
12-year MGP rye. It's, you know, what's not to
like
love.
$55 or something
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah, it's 12-year for $55, and the way, and I've seen a few other reviews and everybody's talked really highly about it. I've not heard one bad thing about it yet. And one of the stores I go to, so apparently I didn't realize that this came out like 2 or 3 years ago and then kind of came out once and went away. I thought it was the first time it was coming out. And
Yeah,
so
they
she had
had it.
mentioned that
I think
back
it was
then
actually
super good.
5 years ago.
Oh wow, was it that long ago?
Yeah.
We didn't have it. I don't know.
So this will be my giveaway at the end before we jump over to Matt's live tonight. And so just so you guys know, this is what we're looking forward to the end. Now, I guess I could talk about a few of these things up here. So I'm not going to show all the bottles I have here, but I'm going to show a few. So this is not a bottle haul or anything I'm trying to show you. This is the bottle. So I decided that I'm going to start collecting bottles to not collect bottles, but collect bottles for a giveaway, right? So not collect bottles because my wife calls my thing a collection. I'm always arguing that it's not a collection because all my bottles I'm willing to open up and share, and a collection you don't do that with, right? So that's my argument with that. But I'm going to start showing a few bottles that I've started to save so that when I hit 2,222 subs, which I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm at 1,333. So not too far, a little bit, less than 700.
So like next week.
700 plus 2, so 900. I need to do my math better. But once I get there, I started putting bottles aside that I'm going to use for that giveaway. So if you saw my haul, you saw that I had a decent haul this month. I had a pretty good one, right? So this is one of the ones I got on there. So here you go. Everybody's always searching for Blanton, so that's going to be on my my giveaway. I also I decided that I'm not just going to do whiskey. I'm going to also do a beer. I got this one time when let me see. Come on, focus.
Is that the Eagle Rare
That's
one?
the Eagle Rare finished.
Yeah, it's the Eagle
Bourbon
Rare
County
one.
Stout.
There you go. So this is the Eagle Rare one, and so I have that to give away as well. It's a very good pour. I actually tried it. It's a very good pour. And then I also managed to pick up E.H. Taylor. So we got an E.H. Taylor to give away. Let me see what else do we have here. 1792 foolproof. So I got a 1792 foolproof to give away.
With the net.
I've never seen one with a net.
Yeah, well, when they put them in bags here, they put them in nets so that they don't cling on each other.
Okay.
So, yeah. And sometimes I just leave them on because I have them all on the shelf next to each other. But it likes to show off. It's like the kind of sexy net going on there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bardstown Origin Rye. So I have that one here to give away. Have you seen that Bardstown actually has a weeded origin coming out?
No, I mean we don't really have it available to us,
it's
so
one of
we
those
don't
that-
really pay attention.
One of those we don't have around here, yeah. And
all the origin stuff is extremely good for the price that it is. They're like $50 bottles, but they're super good.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I've seen some reviews and they're all positive, so they're probably good.
Also, Eagle Rare. So Eagle Rare and Blanton's I know get a lot of love and hate all at the same time, right? But it's actually Eagle Rare was the first drink I had that I had neat that I actually enjoyed that got me started on whiskey. So it wasn't until that I had a pour of this neat with somebody that I really enjoyed it that I thought, oh, I could possibly do this. And that's actually got me. Now, do I drink this on a regular basis now? No, because, the proof is a little bit lower than I like nowadays. But at that time, it was amazing to me. So I really like that one. And it's still one that I like to like people who are starting off. If I can get them a bottle of this, I try to give them a bottle of that because I think it's a good pour for a starter for somebody who's just starting.
Yeah. I think it was Dave Vogelsang that told me he makes it a point to drink Eagle Rare once a week.
And that's, I mean, how can you argue with the Don? You know,
That's
the
right.
Godfather himself. So I also got another 1792 bottled in bond. So there's a lot I have going on over here. I right now I have, I think, 20 bottles that I've already put aside just for this. So my plan was to just get 22.
Gotta get you some more subscribers.
Oh, there's a fancy one.
Yeah, so Peerless, the double oak. I like this one. I know some people like it, some people don't. I really like the first batch I had of this. The newer ones don't seem to have as much flavor as the like that first one I actually got, but I still like it. It's still a good pour. And I'm just do a few more. So I got a few different ones here as well. I got one of these bottles just because I think it's pretty cool, but it's actually it's not a bad pour. I like it. It's a good pour to try.
What's that one there?
It's the St. Cloud.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, and it has that.
I think
fancy
Masterson's has that same bottle.
Yeah, so it has that fancy top on top, and then St. Cloud there. And then I also have figured I'd go, just not just go bourbons. Let's do some whiskey. So I got some Riders here,
Irish, yeah.
A little Irish whiskey going there too. So I figured let's, if I'm gonna do it, why not make it a little bit like kind of mix it up and do a few other things with that as well. So
yeah, I don't know if anybody's mentioned it in the chat or not, Doc, but when you stand like in your normal spot where you stand, it's set up perfect for you to have rabbit ears.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I noticed that too.
There we go. See, down the rabbit hole with me you're going. Yeah, actually, Knob Creek 12. It's such a good pour. And some just dropped in my ear today. So Knob Creek 12 is such a good pour. I am throwing in a Dickel in there. I don't drink much Dickel, but this is one that about 3 or 4 years ago, actually on one of the magazines, won like Bourbon of the Year. So I picked up 2 bottles of it. It's okay, but I thought, man, why not share it with somebody else? Let them see if they like it, see if they enjoy the Dickel taste. Somebody out there enjoys it because it's a big company. I mean, it's not like
a lot of people enjoy it.
It's very polarizing. Either people like it or they hate it.
I guess I'll show 2 more. These 2 are some of the bigger ones I have for you guys.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm giving away these as well.
And this is all part of a giveaway that's going to happen in 900 subs.
In about 900 subs. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's kind of the plan.
A lot of bottles be in the way, Phil.
We will definitely be there.
Get some subscribers to you.
Yeah, hopefully. So that's kind of the goal. Get up to 2,222 and, do a big giveaway. Have some fun doing that too. I had so much fun when I was Sean that it was just such a good time that I thought, like, I was always trying to think, okay, what bottle am I going to give away? What bottle am I going to give away? And then when he came up with, he did 10 bottles and then we ended up with total of 13 bottles that night. I thought that's more fun. Let's do multiple bottles. Let's make it more fun. So that's actually,
you got to double that.
Well, I wasn't trying to double his. I'm just trying to hit 22. So I don't know if I'm doing 22 bottles. But I think I'm doing 22 giveaways, at least 22 giveaways. But I'm also thinking about throwing some cigars in there. I've recently got a few Pappy cigars. I'm not a big cigar smoker. I have quite a few right now on hand. So I thought, a lot of people don't get to try the Pappy. I think I have a Weller cigar back there as well. So maybe I'll throw like something like that in there as well. And I actually got I put the box away. I actually got this cool little Pappy box that has like 4 cigars in it. And there's just 4 different cigars you can try from Pappy that I just got in from Pappy.co. So good time. So let me see what else.
That sounds like a long party.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be 2 hours of just drawing names.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those that I either need to do it like on a Saturday and start early or break up in 2 days. I don't know how I'm going to give away so many balls in one day, but who knows? We'll see, right? We'll see. So
you need 22 guests to bounce in and out, and with each guest do a giveaway.
That would be fun. I like that.
Oh, that sounds wild.
There's plenty of people out there. So do you guys count as 2 guests or 1 guest? I mean, today you're co-host, right?
Either
Like,
way,
if that was a guest.
and so many people you can find. We could count as 2. We could count as 1. We could, be 3. 1 by me, 1 him, and then us together. Whatever you need.
If you missed that, keep the Darth. Yeah, I should keep the Darth Vader. Somebody put keep the Darth Vader rabbit as a sticker. I think it would actually make a good sticker. I really wish I could figure out how to show it to you guys because it would make a very, very good sticker. I would like that. Let me see. What else do we have here? Oh, I showed that I'm lagging a little bit. Have I been lagging on your guys' end? It shows that somebody just texted me that I've been
Occasionally
lagging.
your video lags a little bit, but your sound has been good the whole time. So
Yeah,
that's
and
the
it's funny
important part.
because I'm direct connected through a wire, like 100-foot wire from here. My poor wife has to see a wire go through our bedroom, through the living room to get to where we're connected. And I still I don't get it. I've done everything. They fixed everything. We've had people come out and fix the wiring because there was all those cable issues we had in our area. It took 3 months for them to actually fix everything, and I still so I don't know. I've done what I can, at least with my knowledge,
Yeah, we understand that struggle. We're on was it Skynet?
It's not called Skynet.
What's it called?
So the Terminator can come and get you, huh?
Jeez. Every time. Now I forgot what it's actually called. Starlink.
Starlink.
Starlink. I love it.
Yeah, so we're on Starlink, aka Skynet. But we're also it comes off the satellite dish is on the roof and it comes into our living room to the main router, and off the main router we connected this little thing that I hardwire from there to our PC in this studio. And when we were filming in the speakeasy, it was like a 40-foot long cable running across the floor
that we were tripping
for
over
2 months.
And now how did you get it hardwired? You had somebody come in your house and do a hardwire?
No,
he drilled a hole in the wall and
I have somebody that's going to come do that for us. I just not have a lot of people down here are Spanish speaking. My wife is not Spanish speaking. So I have to be home if we ever have anybody come in our house to do it. And my hours just don't allow it. And we haven't really been home on a weekend for me to say, for them to come over on a weekend. So I already have it. Quoted. It's like $120. It's not that expensive to get it done. But I just have to have the time to do it and then schedule it with them so I can get that done. I guess I need to tell my wife, can you please put that on my schedule? So
yeah, I'm not paying anybody to do anything. I just do it all myself. Whether it's right or wrong, I make it work.
Yeah, see, but there's that point of balance, right? That's what you have to look at. Your time is valuable, right? So is your time more valuable spent somewhere else and doing something, or trying to do this and try to figure it out and then doing it wrong and still having to pay somebody to do it? So that's where, I try to figure out that balance. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. I know when I look up on YouTube, if I can figure out how to do it or not, how my brain works. So sometimes I say, okay, it's worth me doing. Sometimes I think, oh, that's going to take me about 3 hours. That's not worth me doing when I can pay somebody $100 to do that. Because I feel like I'm not trying to say I'm worth a lot, but I'm worth more than $100 in an hour,
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. I always have to look at the balance. Yeah. So I always have to look at the balance of that. So that's where I look at with that. So
Miss Old Fashioned ways. Oh, blame the wife.
Who put that? Is she on here? Oh yeah. So she figured out how to do it. We're trying to figure out how to change the name. So I guess she figured it out. So she's using my old account, and she was on here, and when she would type things, she would put it came out with my name on it. I was like, it looks like I'm chatting. It's not me though, So we thought it'd be fun to have her as Miss Old Fashioned ways. So no, wife, I'm not blaming you. I'm just stating facts. We know you don't speak Spanish. You don't want to speak with the Spanish. You can't speak with them, so you don't. It's just easier if I'm here. If not, then they're trying to call me when I'm at work, and it just doesn't work, and I'm at work, So
understandable.
All right, so cheers, Doc. Better half. Yep. Always the better half for sure. Another one. So another person that I reached out to that's gonna actually be on a live with me sometime is David from Whiskey Bank. So we've talked about it before. We just kind of never got it to really to together, but I decided, you know what? Let's start emailing. Email is so much better. It's you can kind of set things up slowly and get things going. And as I start getting dates, I'm gonna reach out to him and see what dates would work for him. So I'm excited about with him. He gets a lot of great bottles in his area.
He's a very fun interview as well.
Yeah.
Is he?
He's a fun guy.
Yeah.
I know I saw him with Whiskey Wisdom. I saw part of that interview. I know they brought him on kind of late, and he's on the California time. Like he's California time, isn't he? I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but I like his stuff. I like the way he describes his like when he's going through whiskeys. I like that he like if he's talking about cherry, he pops up a little cherry on the screen. He's talking about cinnamon, he pops up cinnamon on the screen. So I like his edits. I think they're visually like they're there. I like the way they visually are. So I do enjoy him. So I'm excited that we've talked about it before. We just kind of never set a date. So hopefully we'll be able to set a date with that. So that's another one that I'm looking forward to.
He actually hit 1,000 subscribers on our live stream.
Oh, that's amazing. When was he on with you guys? How long ago was it?
It was in December.
I don't know. I don't remember anything.
Wow.
Where's the calendar?
And I think he went from 1,000 to like 2,000 in like a week.
Yeah, he went real fast.
He had a video that he dropped that just went viral. It was awesome video. It was about whether the bourbon market was going to crash or not. And he's a banker, so he went all analytical on it, and it just really connected with people, and he got a lot of traction. And his videos have been doing great ever since. He's growing like a weed. But just a great guy, a fun interview. And I don't know if you noticed or not, Gandy Road mentioned earlier in the chat that if you come on with us, you'll get the Baker Drinks bump, and that's what he was talking about. People explode after they come on with us for some reason.
We're waiting for that same explosion.
Well,
it was December 9th, so good memory, Troy.
I've not been invited yet, so one day maybe you'll help me get my bump to my 2222.
What are you doing on May 25th?
I'll let you know. I haven't scheduled that yet, so I'll let you know. May 25th. I'll ask my wife. I'll write it down so I can ask her later. Watch. May 25th. Hey, my wife's on here. Hey, wife, are we doing anything May 25th yet? Let us know.
Hey, he's going to be with us on the 4th.
Yeah, you're coming with us on the 4th, but that's that's like a multiple channel show.
Yeah,
won't be any interviews happening there. We'll put him on the hot seat if we'll find a date for you.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, just throwing. Didn't mean to put you guys on the spot. Just kind of teasing, but it would be fun.
Oh no, you're on our radar for sure.
Hold on, I was trying to. I want to get my Discord up there, but my Discord froze on me on my screen here, so I can't actually. There we go. Let me get this. I can put my Discord link back up there again.
Iceman's anniversary is May 25th.
Ooh.
Happy early anniversary.
Yeah, happy early anniversary, Iceman. That's pretty cool. How many put in the chat how many years, Iceman? Oh, 25th anniversary. No, May 25th is my anniversary, not 25th. Sorry. Misreading.
Wouldn't that be something if May 25th was his 25th anniversary?
Would be pretty awesome.
That'd be pretty amazing. Well, one day it will be, right? One day it will be. Am I? Okay, I don't know why my wife just came in here and told me that I'm very, very choppy. So let me just make sure my connections are all connected.
Yeah, like we said, your audio is great, but your video gets a little choppy from time to time.
Okay, well, that thing was kind of a little disconnected, so maybe that was part of my issue. So we'll see if that improves it at all. Let's see if that helps it.
Oh, Major Zero says you're going to be hanging out with him on the 25th.
There you go.
Oh, that's yeah, it might be Shane's thing. Is that Shane's thing, the 25th? That's probably what it is. So that's probably what we're going for.
Yeah. So we'll pick a June date.
Yeah.
We'll
Troy would schedule things out like 6 months in advance if.
Hey, we've got a June 22nd live stream scheduled already.
Oh, we do.
The Bourbon Van, June 22nd.
That's the couple, right? The Bourbon Van, that's a couple.
Phil and Julie, they're from Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, I like their stuff. I have the notifications on for them, but I don't see very much. I don't know. Do they not put out a lot, or maybe I just don't have notifications for everything?
I think they put out maybe a video or two a week. They've been on the road now for over 2 months. They They're literally out in the bourbon van doing the van life thing.
I don't know that the notification thing works well because I put it on and I don't get, like, sometimes I'll get notifications and other times I don't. So I think it's a YouTube thing.
I think it's a YouTube thing, and I think if you like when they notify you, if you click on it, then you start getting more notification from them. But if you kind of ignore a few of them, then they stop notifying you. I think something
Maybe
like that
that's it.
happens, and so I think something like that kind of, because there's some things I go look at, like what I used to watch before I watched whiskey stuff, and I realized they never pop up anymore. Like all the stuff I used to watch that's not whiskey, it's all whiskey stuff that pops up now. So not that that's a bad thing, but I have to be a little bit diverse every once in a while. So
yeah, they probably don't want you to. They don't want to like just spam you with so many alerts that you never click on them.
That's probably true too. So with me pushing that in, did that help or am I still lagging a lot?
Well, now that you said that, you are either standing in one place or
let's move here. No, I look like I'm still lagging a lot, ain't I? So okay,
yeah,
well,
it looks like it.
For some reason tonight's not working for me, but that's okay. As long as you guys can hear me, we can go, keep going. So 8:23 right now on my times, which means we have. Oh wait, hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna put you guys big. I just realized I didn't plug my computer in, and it's about to shut down. I mean, that might be part of my issue. My computer.
You're on power saving.
That sounds like a problem.
Let me get my. So I'm gonna let you guys talk for a second. Let me go get my partner.
Welcome to Baker Drinks. I'm Troy. This is Laura.
We're in the wrong spot.
and if it looks a little backwards to you guys, it is.
It feels backwards.
We're in the wrong spots tonight.
Well, I'm still drinking my cherry
yeah,
water here, so I think I need to get some whiskey.
So when we started the stream, I said this was going to be a bottle kill, and it was. So no more Heaven's Door rye. The last little bit of it is in my glass.
Well, I get to reach behind the curtain.
Laura gets to reach behind the curtain.
Are we drinking rye?
Let's do it.
Oh.
I see what you got your eye on there.
Yeah, it's the closest thing. So obviously it's the best. I've got the Widow Jane Applewood Rye.
Batch 1.
We've had this for a while. It says date 2022. So apparently we, I think we liked it, but it's full. So,
so I mean, if you guys saw our video that dropped today, we've got bottles that we put on the shelf and forget about. This happens to be one of them.
Do you have an empty glass?
I do.
Look at that. Oh, you get a heavy pour because it's full.
Oh.
Sorry.
Laura's trying to get Troy drunk tonight.
Not too much. Oh, gosh.
Oh, his computer died. There he is.
I heard that, and so is she trying to get you drunk? Are you trying to get lucky tonight, Laura?
You know what? I don't share. It'll be a surprise.
I got my sticker out as I was grabbing my next pour.
Oh, there you go.
I found my sticker right there. So it's all about this tonight. This is what we're partying. This is what we're pre-partying for, to get over there to hang out with them. And we got 35 minutes before they come on. So pretty excited about that. All right. Since we're talking about burr ryes, I pulled out one of the burr ryes. I figured I'd give myself a pour of a burr rye,
Yeah, that's like a unicorn bottle for us. It's actually like the white whale. We have not found it. And Jeff Castle, this is pretty solid.
Yeah, is it toasted? Tastes toasted. Yep, toasted applewood staves. Just tastes like an easy drinking toasted. I guess I don't know that I would guess rye. I'd probably guess bourbon, but
yeah. And FYI, your leg is gone.
Good. That's what it was. My computer was on like save my butt mode because it's on red. Like I looked up and I was like, "What is that red?" Oh, that's my battery. And my computer's always charged. But when I was finishing that intro today, and when I started trying to get it to compress itself, my computer never starts with its fan on. Its fan was going like crazy. So I mean, all those little things in there it made my computer work today. All right, yeah. Burr rye. So this is my next pour. We're going to do a giveaway with this. So now Trash Palette is what we're going to So hashtag trash palette, because that's Matt, right? So hashtag trash palette in there for us. So
I love it. So I think we've tried that bottle once. We don't own it because we don't live in Colorado. Is it Colorado?
no, it's Utah.
Utah. We don't live there, and that's the only place you can get it now. So we don't have a bottle. But well, I guess there's like 4 states they ship to or something, but we don't live in one of those states either. So
You want to know
someday
how I got my bottle?
we're gonna get one. How?
I didn't get mine off of that. I didn't get it off. So you have to be careful because it can be kind of addicting. Unicorn auctions.
Oh, okay.
Unicorn auctions, you can find some bottles on there that are freaking amazing. And at first, I was kind of going crazy with it. I backed off a lot, and now I know kind of what I'm willing to spend on something. But when you do unicorn auctions, always add about 30% more to what you're willing to pay for it, because when they add their fees, the taxes, and shipping, it's about 30% more. So just always remember that when you're doing that. At first, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was like, damn, that's how am I spending that much? So now I know, okay, this is what it's on secondary. This is what I'm willing to pay for it. If I wouldn't at this, I'm happy with that. If I'm not, then I just don't get it, So, but because you guys are so nice and my guest tonight, send me a text tomorrow and I will send you a Burr Rye blind.
Oh, I
well,
like
that
that.
sounds
Burr Rye
fun.
to do that with. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe we could do that. Remember I said I have about 5 Burr Ryes that I've always thought about doing a blind with, and I have like half of those bottles not open. We can do that together. Maybe we can do that together.
Yeah, we'll save them.
That would be amazing.
Whenever we get to that live stream, we'll do that blind together.
Yeah, but
sounds like it's
going to
be in June. Yeah.
Yeah, probably June.
June's wide
And
open
June
except
is-
the 22nd. So pick a Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm hoping. So Nancy Fraley is going to come on with me sometime, and I'm hoping it's sometime in June. So we'll see. That's going to be what I schedule, and then after that, whatever else I have open at that. But we haven't discussed the date, but she's getting back. No, I'm not trying to flex. We're getting back. She said she'd do it with me when she got back. But I know this is her last week out there, so I haven't heard from her yet. But once I get that and figure out my schedule and something that works with her, then I'll open everything else up for sure. But
awesome.
That's what I'm hoping.
That'll be fun. We'll definitely be in that chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make that fun and different, not just an interview. I don't want it to be like, okay, what do you do? I'm a master. I want it to be a little bit different. So I have a few ideas. If you guys have any, you have my number. Text me.
I mean, it's too bad that you already sent that Doritos whiskey to her and she tried it, because that would be cool to have her do that live and pick that apart.
Yeah, I mean, her text was very nice about how she broke it apart, but when you really read it, you can see where she's really, if she was on their team to make that would have been 100 times better than what it was, So,
okay.
I did think it smelled for sure like Doritos. Like
flat Doritos, like stale Doritos.
Well, I like the way Matt described it. It smells like Dorito farts.
I haven't had that experience, but I liked it.
My wife said it smelled like.
I want to make a cocktail.
Yeah, my wife said that it smelled like when if you're drinking that night, you eat Doritos after you're drunk and then you throw it up. She said that's what it smelled like to her, right? So
yeah.
It just has a funk taste at the back that I'm still gonna. I need to make a old fashioned out of it. I'm actually gonna probably make 2 different old fashions that I have in my head. One's just gonna be a simple old fashioned, just to try to highlight that drink, and then one's gonna be kind of like a crazier one. But maybe I might do 3, because I might do a Cool Ranch as well. I'm not a Cool Ranch fan, but Cool Ranch Chorizo seems real popular, or a spicy one. But there's something else I have in mind. I'm not gonna say about it yet.
Oh gosh.
A what?
A ranch simple syrup.
No.
Or a ranch infused something or other.
Oh no.
See, that would work too. I'm just trying to figure out how do I get that ranch flavor in there, but a ranch simple syrup would probably work.
Ranch bitters.
If not, then yeah. I don't make bitters, so I don't think I can find a ranch bitters, but a ranch simple syrup, or infusing a little bit of that bourbon with ranches, dump ranch in it for the night and infuse it, and then purify that. So we'll see. All right, we got our next race going on here. Here we go. All
Look
right.
at me,
Dinosaurs.
dinosaur, and I'm pink. It's awesome.
Hey, we have 46 people watching right now. Thank you guys for
I got
watching.
4 legs,
Really
so
appreciate
it's
you guys.
quicker than the T-Rex with the 2 legs. They just can't move.
Is that Barney in the lead?
I see no
Barney. Let me see. So we're
I
going
think-
for a 2-ounce pour of the High West Burr Rye. That's what we're doing.
I think this summer I'm going to attempt to make bitters, and maybe I could make something kind of ranchy with some herbs in it, some dill.
I would love that. That'd be kind of cool. I have a few books on how, like, on making bitters. My wife would be mad at me if I went down another rabbit hole, because when I go down things, I mean, I go hard. I mean, I'm not gonna be, half-assing it. I'm gonna go 100%, and so I would be in trouble. That's the only reason I haven't really tried it.
I mean, I love those cooking channels where they like make every ingredient in the product. I would love a cocktail channel where they made every ingredient in the product.
Oh, imagine
I mean-
editing that.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, so in the beginning, I actually, like, when I was making my simple syrups, I was actually filming those as well, and I was making those a separate one. And it's funny because for every I kind of during Christmas, I have one that's like a cinnamon Christmas one. That one gets actually ranks pretty high. And if you go look at that video, it's one of my worst videos ever, because I mean, that was so early on, right? But it gets a lot of ranking. So I stopped doing that just because of timing. But I mean, they do well. But I wouldn't make it as one video. I'd be like, okay, this video is for the cocktail. This video is how to make the bitters, and this video is how to make, the simple syrup. Or I did an Amaro recently that I got from a buddy, and then like there's one what's it Vino from Vino Progress Bar. He's right now doing a lot of like homemade stuff as well. So it's fun to watch that stuff. Oh, we got 10 seconds. Oh, 11 seconds here. 10 seconds left here. Let's see who's in the lead.
Oh, J Balls.
J Ball Z. I like that name. That's pretty cool. Let's see, who do we have? Is he going to stay in the lead? Mr. Lopez is coming to the front. Mr. Lopez wins.
Didn't see
by
him.
a nose.
It was so small. It just came out of nowhere.
Let's see who's in last place. Let's see who's in last here.
3 pages.
Let me see, is Mr. Matt on here? Mr. Matt, can we see last place on here too?
Just out of curiosity. Gotta see who gets
Yeah.
last place.
So
It might have
my
been
last
me.
line-
It was
because I don't
probably
see
Troy
me.
from Baker Drinks.
We're not
Yeah.
on the screen anymore.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't know. Maybe he's not hearing us, or there is a little bit of a delay, but it was funny. So last one, we're actually giving away prizes for first and last. That was a lot of fun. I think I'll do that on my next
there it
live. I
goes.
think I'll do that.
Joanna.
Oh, so Joanna
Joanna,
Hercules came in
25th.
last.
Really close. Really close. to
Sorry,
us.
Herc. Sorry, Herc. So it's always fun. I think next live I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do. I was also thinking about something funny with the like when I do the 22, giveaway. Maybe doing it where you do a quiz and you either win a pour or the bottle.
Oh,
Make it a little bit more
Okay.
difficult. So you have a chance. You right now you won this pour, but if you get answer these 3 questions correctly, you actually get the whole bottle. Something like that.
you
What
make
do you
it
think?
so
You
like
make it more
they can wager. they win the pour, and then they can opt to answer another question for either the bottle or nothing.
Yeah. Or it would be funny. We could do it kind of like it might take me to Christmas to get to there. So we could always do like the white elephant and, do it where, they can like, I'm going to steal that bottle, but you can only steal a bottle twice or something like that too. We can do something fun like that. I don't know. There's a lot of
that would be
options
fun
there.
too.
If I did that, I would definitely need help in the background with that one. Cause it would be way too
You
much.
probably
for
need
me.
a few people helping with that. That sounds complicated.
Yep,
So-
Joe B, the bonus bet.
All that. I haven't even taken a sip of my burr rye tonight. So do you
Yeah,
guys
I've been
ever
waiting
do,
to hear
like,
about it.
like I have I don't know if you can see it right there. So there's the little barrel there. I got that. My girls got it for me for Christmas. I've done a few barrels. So the first one I did was the Woodford Reserve, double oaked. I put that in there first. So it's kind of like a double oak. And then my last one was, what was my second one? Hold on, let me look real quick. Oh yeah. So my second one was actually Benchmark. I put that one in there.
Okay.
So it's amazing. I put 3 bottles in, and I got like 3 1/4 bottles. I mean, 2 1/4 bottles out. It's amazing how
Wow.
much gets sucked up in that thing. And it was, so the first one was in there, I want to say for 10 days, and it hit really quickly. This one was in there for about 3 weeks, and I think I might be a little bit over, but I'm letting it sit, kind of settle. And once I do that, I'm gonna, on one of my lives, I'll share some of these with everybody. And then right now, what I have in there is actually Jack Daniel's Bonded.
Okay.
Oh, come on, doesn't
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
There it
So
is.
that's what I have in there right now. So Jack Daniel's Bonded. And so I barely put that in there. I want to say a week ago. I have the date. I write the date on the barrel so that I
Mhm.
don't lose it, and I can do that. And my next one, I'm actually going to do. I just got the bottle this week. I'm going to do a Weller.
Oh, nice.
That's a big bottle.
Yeah, that's a nice big bottle of Weller that Weller's Special Reserve is pretty on the shelves here. Not like crazy on the shelves, but I can find it most days if I needed to. Not the big
Yeah.
bottles. Usually there's the regular pours. Buffalo Trace, like right now, this and the big Buffalo Traces are out right now, so I could find those if I wanted to. Because I thought about doing the Buffalo Trace, but I like Weller, and Weller's a good pour. So I figured why not try to age that and see how it compares once to the other Wellers as well. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my next one. But after that, I don't have any ideas yet. So if you guys have any ideas you think I should put in that barrel, let me know. I mean, have you guys done any barrels yet?
We have not. We've done the like a spire type thing,
It was a stave or it was wood chunk. I don't know.
and we let it go too long, and it it went from really really good to really bitter and hard to drink like quick. So now on that barrel, let me ask you: do you rotate that, or you just let it sit there and do its thing?
Right now, I just let it sit there and do its thing because I mean, usually when I fill it up, it's a 3 liter, so it fills up pretty decently. What
Okay.
I'm afraid of is that not knowing what to put in it next. That's why I left this one in there kind of a little bit longer than I would have liked because um, I was afraid to take it out. Not how long can I have something out before it starts, getting small again and then starts leaking on you. So I just want to kind of pour out and pour back into it.
So, we just did a distillery tour at a place near us, and they have they call it the Founders Club, where people get to help them mash and distill something, and then put it into a small, either 10 or 20 liter barrels, and it's their barrel then, and they like you can reuse it. So they just fill it with water if they aren't putting something directly back into it. So you could probably do that.
I'm afraid that I know we could do that, but my problem was okay. We pour water in it. We have to dump the water out. How much flavor do we lose?
I'm sure there'll be some whiskey in that water that comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it's still going to be fine. So do you have to is it charred or is it toasted or is it just
it's charred inside. So I mean, I'm never gonna be able to redo that, right? So it's whatever I
you
put
can
in there.
like hold a blowtorch in the hole and
I'm sure you could. I mean, I have some pretty good, we could. So two things that I think is interesting about that is one is, I saw that I heard. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Still Austin will actually put their waters in the bottle and use that to when they're bringing down the proof of their whiskeys. They use bourbon proof water, like water that's been in a barrel. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I had heard that.
oh,
The
okay.
other thing I was watching, I think it was Bruzo, if I remember correctly, and he was out in Louisiana, one of those he was in the middle of nowhere in this small distiller, and the way they actually get their bottle, they don't fill the barrel with water. They actually have water sprayed on top of the barrels to get them to plump up because they don't want to lose any of the flavor from inside the barrel. So they
Okay.
actually soak them from the outside to do that. So that's why that made me kind of think of that thought process. So that's why I think, well, maybe I can store it in water like floating, but where do I do that?
Floated
that can
in the
be one of my
toilet in the
tubs.
spare bathroom.
Yeah, toilet. Yeah.
Then send it all to Matt.
Ooh. With this trash pile, he like it anyways, right? So we got a little bit over 15 minutes until the big one. So pretty excited.
Has anyone checked? He usually likes to start his stuff, his music and countdown about now.
I don't know.
I had
Look
not
it up and let
given
me
the
know.
thumbs up yet. So anyone else in chat that hasn't liked the stream should do that.
Oh yeah, I only show I have 8 likes right now. So yeah,
Well, I
hit
think
that
you've
like button
got
for
like
me,
40.
please. Oh, my end it shows I guess at the refresh. You know how these things are funky that
Yep.
way, So we're getting close to that time. I better, we better start talking about giving away this bottle then. I definitely do not want to go over. I want to make sure I get a quick restroom break before they start, and so I can just sit there and enjoy.
Yeah.
So
he has not started his countdown yet, by the way.
Okay, awesome.
That's a great bottle, everybody.
I just picked it up yesterday. I have not tried it myself. I do have a bottle for myself to do, but let's give away a bottle tonight. So you guys are my co-hosts, and so what do you guys want to put as the hashtag for this? Something that maybe leading up to Matter or the Dawn, or what do you guys want to do?
You choose.
How about hashtag 12-year?
There you go.
Sounds good.
What we're drinking.
Hashtag 12-year in the comments. This will be the last bottle we give away. Kind of close things out and head over to Matt. So I can't remember. It was to you that I text right when I heard that song "Return of the Mac." I was like, we need to change that to "Return of the Matt."
Yeah,
I think it was with you and Adam that I mentioned that.
It was me and Adam. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's I think that was and Adam said it sounds close enough, right? So that's why I figured if I put the wording up, we changed the brain processing to make it think that I was saying "Return of the Matt" and not "Return of the Matt."
Putting the words was perfect. I heard "Return of the Matt."
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing it all week as "Return of the Matt." Like all this week, I've been so pumped for them coming out. I've been saying "Return of the Matt" all week.
I really hope he got to see your intro because that was amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. I try, but it took a lot longer than my wife wasn't very happy with me. So as long as that took me, that shouldn't have taken me that long. But
I feel you.
The part that I thought was easy was the hard part. Once I got past the part that I thought was easy to the part I thought was gonna be hard was actually easy. So you know how that goes.
Yeah.
You just never know what part's gonna stump you and get you caught up. And last night I was 40 minutes and I never got started because I couldn't figure out how to get the first part started. Which was the stupid timer. I couldn't get a timer that I could put on screen and get rid of the background of it, So,
yeah.
And that's because, like the one I paid for, they only had 10-second and 1-minute timers. I needed something that was longer than that I could use. And I had so much trouble. But hey, figured it out, got it going. It's actually a 5-minute timer, but I said I had to cut it down because of how big the file was. It wouldn't let me upload it. So.
Dang, StreamYard. Making things difficult.
Streamlabs
making things difficult.
I think you guys use StreamYard. Is that who you guys use?
StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the least complicated. It does not do all the things that all the other programs do, but it's simple.
Yeah, so
I think it does.
easy.
I think the same thing I can do is what you do. Now, if I use that, what was it, OBS or whatever it's called? That's a whole different monster. I know once you set it up, it's pretty easy to use, but holy cow, there's when you go into that thing, there's so many options. It just, I would probably go crazy and go down a rabbit hole there, and you guys wouldn't see me for a month because I'm trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, I'm setting up my live stream. I'll be there in a month.
I mean, we all think Matt quit YouTube 3-4 months back, or 5 months back now. It was October, right?
I don't remember.
But really, he was just learning OBS.
That's actually pretty funny. All right, so I think Iceman has it ready for us to go. Let me.
Nice. Was
Iceman,
there
I
another
really appreciate you, sir.
Penelope
Thank you so much.
Valencia coming out?
I think there's Penelope Valencia, maybe batch 3 by now.
No.
2 or 3.
Is there? Valencia is actually not a bad pour. I enjoy it.
I like it a lot. Laura was a little underwhelmed by it, but I really like that pour.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, we're crabs.
They're happy crabs though. Look at them. So many teeth.
So many teeth.
Oh, it's a laggy one. It's too many legs and teeth, I think.
I feel like when you get just a ton of people into the race, and the spiders, they got 8 legs and they all got to move and articulate. And the crabs are the same way. I feel like that's probably what's causing the leg. It's just too many moving parts.
It could be. I mean, it could be.
But it will still pick a winner at the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Even if we don't get to see the whole race.
I mean, this race right here would kill our computer.
Probably.
It would just give up and quit.
No, thank you.
So I'm pretty excited for whoever gets this bottle because I mean I haven't opened it, but you guys made it. You made me drool that day. Like I was sold. I was sold the day that you guys did that.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it's crazy. So we filmed our video of it, and I compared it to
Scarlet Shade.
Scarlet Shade, and then we didn't release it for like a week or so after we filmed it, and then the Dara Average Drinker, she did a review and posted it and said compared it to Scarlet Shade, and I'm like, well, now it's going to be like I'm copying her.
It's so funny because that happens to me all the time. Like I think it was this week I released my the Utopia video. I filmed that back in I want to say November is when I filmed that, and I just had it in the back burner because I had so much other stuff coming out and then finally I said, well, let me get that one out finally. So I mean that happens. We film things that they don't get out, and we don't have enough time to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 19 seconds left with this one.
I don't know whose crab that is, but they're out in front. Maybe this Bloody 81. It kind of looks like. Oh, and
Major Zero's up there in the too. I see Major Zero up there.
So close. So close. Which one is it?
So close.
So somebody won a race. Alex Adcock.
Ooh, that's a new name to me. Have you guys heard that name?
I have not heard that name. Congrats, Alex.
Alex, congratulations, Alex.
Mouths.
Chill Will Rocco in second, Bourbon Syndicate in third.
Do you see all those sad faces?
So many
not
sad
happy
faces.
crabs.
All right, hold on. Let me do this here. First, I'm going to put in the link to Matt there, so I have that going. I also need to put in the link for the person who won. So this is the link for whoever won. Fill out this information and get it to me so that I can get the information I need to get this bottle handed off to you. All right.
And the countdown at Whiskey Wisdom has started.
All right, so let me close this out. I'm going to share a screen with you as we kind of get towards the end of this. Let me see. And so what I'm going to share. Hold on, if I can do this correctly. It's funny how I need more than one. Sometimes you need more than one screen, don't you?
Oh yeah, we have 2 screens.
And I have another screen, but it's just so I just want to play Whiskey Wisdom trailer that you got. And there
Oh,
you
I love
go.
that.
So
It
I
gets you
love it.
going.
I'm
Whoever
pumped.
did that, whoever made that did an amazing job. I loved it. Inspired me to do my intro tonight. So everybody, head over there. Put the link in the description below in the comments. Head over there. Let's go have a good time with Matt. Thank you guys again for joining me. I really appreciate everybody who's joined me, and thank you guys for co-hosting with me tonight. Was a great time. Looking forward to doing May 4th with you guys. So that's going to be a great
Yes.
time as well.
Yep,
So
happy to be here.
everybody, cheers. And after all the effort and everything you guys did, we found Matt. We could take him off the milk carton, and it looks like you found him in that trash can. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys.
It's the
Cheers, cheers,
resurrection.
cheers. And I'll see you guys over there, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yep.